can take you to HMO, a flip we just finished, and a new build.
Watch him as he creates his multi-million pound empire. Hey, Mark Harvey here. Thank you for joining us again for another awesome video packed full of content. Please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the notifications so you're always kept up to date with the videos that we're doing. We're going to post 5 videos a week to keep you up to date with what's going on in the property market, how you can improve your business, how you can improve yourself and your life. So do enjoy what we have in store for you. All right, kiddo. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad at all.
Are you ready to go today, yeah?
Yes, mate, yes.
So did you have anything specific?
I don't know, really. I think it would help me to visualise, do you know what I mean?
So you want to see a HMO project?
Well, to be fair, I don't know what you've got on, so it's a bit like...
I can take you to HMO, a flip we just finished, and a new build.
Yeah, that'd be good. Have sort of...
If we go to those two, is that good, yeah?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Let's do that.
Yeah, just pick your brains, really.
Steve is joining us today. When I say joining us, I mean joining me. We're going to be going around some projects. He wants to know about HMOs, he wants to visualise, he wants to get himself in the setting, in the scene, he wants to see some workmen on site, he wants to see how we kind of slap them about a little bit to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You're going to be asking me questions all day long, yeah?
Yes.
Awesome, so stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Real Life Group, because hey look, these questions, they're people who are going through massive expansion. You just started your property journey?
Yes.
Yeah? Just started, acquiring your first one?
Yes, going through the first one.
Going through the first one. So this is the prime stage of like, where if you want to be in a situation where, oh, actually I want to get into property, how can I make money, how can I create passive income through property, and what questions will come up once I start acquiring, once I get offers accepted, and I need to go through exchange, completion, get build teams, solicitors, brokers, work with councils and all of these people. Yeah, you're going to want to know what questions come up, right? So pop your questions, what you have right now, but also we're going to see Steve's journey all the way through today and see what questions he comes up with. Are you excited?
Very excited.
Awesome.
Today, no.
So Steve's telling me about all the step ladders and all the equipment that he's had to buy since he started his property investment journey. But one thing that he's not wise to yet, especially this time of year, is how cold it is. This guy's come dressed like he's from the north. So anyway, let's see how he gets on today with his temperature. So we were in Liverpool the other week and I learned that, oh my goodness, you don't want to mess about with not dressing appropriately. So welcome, this is the start of our journey today where Steve is going to teach me how I can add more value to you guys, because he's going to be asking questions. That'll be Justin Bieber on the radio. We don't require him at this moment in time. But maybe I forgot the questions that I need to ask. This is why, you know, training, coaching, being around people who want to learn, you know, full pace is so important, because that's why I love it, because I want to help people. Because not only are Liverpool 22 points clear, I don't know when you're watching this, but right now Liverpool are 22 points clear at the top of the table. And these glasses, I'm not even sure if they're male gender, but I'm happy with my sexuality. But the aim of the game is always be a student, always be learning. Yeah, and my passion is helping people grow. Loughborough. Yeah, baby. So this is where we're going, people. We're going to Loughborough today. We're going to be looking at different types of projects. Steve wants to know about HMOs. So we've got a lovely HMO, phase 3, plastering phase right now. We've also got a flip project. So this is just a property that we purchased, extended into the loft, and we're going to sell on. That's why it's called a flip. And we also actually bought some land and built a new house on it. So that is the roof's on the main house, the roof's just going on the garage there, so we'll be able to see how that's going along as well. What made you want to invest in property in the first place?
So to start with, we saw what you and Trisha were doing, and we started talking about.
And how long did you watch that for?
For about a year.
Before we did anything?
Before we did anything. It took us a year before we did anything. And then when we started to really consider it, that was probably like a 4 months of the year before we came to our first event in Birmingham. And what we thought we was going to do is originally just get anywhere between 3 to 5 houses, just because we wanted that bit of security for ourselves and security for the girls as they grow up. And yeah, then 5 houses were basically either 5 flips or getting houses and, you know, renting them out and holding on to them for till our girls were in the mid-20s. And then since the training, since PWT, since all our coaching, it's now massively expanded of what we actually want to do.
So the reason why you wanted to do it is because you wanted some security for you as a family,
yeah.
And you know, for your girls growing up and stuff.
Yes.
So is that still the reason you want to do it?
Yeah, that's even bigger drive for us now, with recent things that have happened to us, with a daughter falling ill and that. It's just what's gone towards of being, you know, just solely being more secure as a family, but also have, instead of waiting the 20 years to have that asset or to have that income, is actually we can do that now as well and have that security a lot sooner. Yeah.
So are you still all about security?
No, actually, we're over the last 5-6 months, with the coaching and everything, me and Sean have actually looking at bigger projects which has a lot more risk into it, but through the real life, and through yours and Trish's coaching as well, we've actually realised that there's nothing that we can't overcome, and there's nothing that we can't learn or ask the right questions to get the outcome of what we want as well from that.
Awesome. So now you realise that you're capable of so much more.
Yes.
Just like many people take a lifetime to discover, you managed to discover it right now in your, in your prime.
Yes.
So this is an awesome thing. So you just wanted to make a little bit of money, but now you've realised, I mean, you quit your job, right?
Yes, so I have got 4 months left of my current job, so I finish in June. Awesome. With that.
Okay, good. So you're going to make this happen?
Yes.
Well, this is
all in.
This is how success is created. Yeah, we were just listening to a video, right?
Yes.
And the guy was saying, I mean, as brutal as it sounds, he was saying, if someone's put a gun in your child's mouth, yeah, and was like, you got 72 hours to achieve, you know, whatever it is, well, I'm going to blow his brains out. Mate, somehow the creativity, the whatever it takes, the can-do attitude of making something happen, boom, it just comes out of nowhere. But it was already there.
Yeah.
It's just gone dormant in so many people. They just don't realise what they're capable of. They don't understand what their true potential is. They have no idea of what it is. And I see, it was fantastic to watch it happen in front of my eyes. Like just that greatness that was already in you just awaken, and you start to realise. I mean, you still got a long way to go. You still play it very humble, and you're not sure whether it's all real yet. You know, I can see that in your face, and I can still see that. But once you start to, I mean, sometimes people just need to see some physical results. I mean, it helped me once I started to see some physical results. Yeah, it helps me. But you get to a point where the physical, you don't have to wait for physical proof. You don't have to wait for something to physically show up to know that you're on the right track, or to know that you're doing the right thing, or to know that it's going to pay off. The problem is, all the way through the education system, and then I don't even know what you want to call it, the employment system, it's like everything is physical. Like, you got to do this piece of work to get this amount of paycheck at the end of this amount of time. and you get this amount of holiday, and like everything is physical, and then you're like you're doing all of that because you want to live in a bigger home, or you want to get on the property ladder, or you want to buy a better car, a better looking car, or a bigger car, or you want to go on a certain holiday. Like everything is physical, so you're literally trained from the moment you start school, which is what, 4 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years old. You're trained to live in this like physical, like instant gratification as well.
Yeah.
Like everything has to be now, or everything has to be like, if I do this, I'm going to get this, and I can see it happening, or I'm certain at the end of the month that I'm going to get a paycheck, so then I can empty 80% of it, probably 90% of it for some people, out, or like automatically.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, just lay in my bank automatically, so then I've got, 10%, some people not even 10 or 5% left to do what with. Then you don't even know what to do with what's left over either. Yeah, that's what I call product of the system. So we know otherwise now, right?
Yes, definitely.
And property is just one vehicle. I mean, I love the business aspect of property, but having been a builder for a good few years as well, being in the thick of it, hands-on with the tools and stuff, and I actually like that because it's like creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the creative part that can come out of people, is to see that, and people who are passionate about what their job is. But I tell you the difference now from the investing thing. It's not whether you're on the tools or not. It's a total different mindset. The mindset is the change. The mindset is the difference. Before it was limited, trading time for money. Now I understand, and this is what I'm going to show you today, is how you duplicate your efforts. So fortunately, for the good things that I do, I do get out of bed every day, but if I didn't, then everything else is still going to continue. The projects are still going to continue, the project management is in place, and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, you're the director, you're the driver of your ship, you're the captain of your ship, and you've got to be driving it forward. And whether you take the place of, I'm going to drive it forward as the head of the family or whatever, you'll actually realise that, okay, yeah, head of the family, I get it, but your family is your team. Like your family is your team. They don't have to just, don't have your family just rely on you.
Yeah.
That's not good. Who knows? You know what I mean? I've seen it time and time again happen. Families, they rely on one person in the family, whether it be the man or the woman, the mum or the dad or whoever, or the granddad, the grandma, whoever it might be, and all of a sudden, things can change rapidly and quickly. Then what? Okay, yeah, people have to step up, and then you have to take a bit of a knock before you can rise again. But why wait for that? Why not get all the members of the team self-sufficient as quickly as possible? I mean, you got a couple of kids, right? I got 3 kids.
Yeah, I got 2 girls.
I got 3 girls. They're all girls. So we need to empower the women.
Yeah.
We need to empower the women to be self-sufficient. No, that's what I think it's all about. So what are some of the things that have cropped up for you over recent times? What makes you? Why are you here? Why are we together today?
Today, basically, I reached out just for one. I wanted to visually see projects, to see and pick your brains with what you've come up against. What's your experiences with from way back to the start of viewing a property or even seeing it on Rightmove or wherever, to go, that makes a good HMO, that makes a good flip, or this is a good place to potentially build 1, 2, 3, 4 developments. So that's why I'm here with what me and Sean have been struggling at with regards to numbers. I struggle to see a HMO. That's my biggest thing.
What, on paper you mean?
On paper, yeah.
You mean just in the floor plan?
On a floor plan, yeah. I struggle to see something like that. whereas Sean's very good at that. And then when she passes that over to me to try and work out costings or numbers, or how many, if I can see any potential problems, or if there's any more bedrooms we can get out of it, that's where I lack my confidence in seeing that. Whereas a flip or a new build, for me, I find that's quite clean cut. I know what I'm getting. I know what I can sort of see it and visualise the end product, as it were. But again, with a flip, it's just making sure that if we take a flip on, what's, you know, the end value that we're going to get, to make sure that we're going to get at least something out of it, instead of just breaking even or making a loss, is what, again, where I'm struggling. So that's why I sort of reached out as well. I read the Million Mind Intensive, and it says to interact with people that are positive, full of energy with what they do. If you want to get into it or not, is just surround yourself with people like that. And again, with your you know, how you'll come across, your energy, your positiveness, and doing property, I thought it'd be a good day to see how you work, as it were, as well. So that's
awesome.
That's what I've sort of tried to get out of today.
Well, good. So let's see how much value we can add to the viewers with all your questions that you're going to ask. And that's a good point, what you said about this whole, you can't visualize it. I should get my brain thinking now on how we can help that. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about experience.
Yeah.
You know, we can talk about stuff and all of that. You can learn, you can listen to information, you can read books. At the end of the day, if that information is not turned into an experience of some type, you don't actually acquire knowledge. Knowledge is not reading a book. That means I know knowledge. I have to have an experience to know something. I can't explain to you what going on a roller coaster feels like, can I?
No.
I can tell you, but you'll never know until you experience it. So this is the same with everything. Yeah, and this is why people, they need to get in to the water. They need to set sail. They need to take action. They need to take off. So then you can adjust as they go. So one of the best ways to do that would be Real Life Property Wealth, because we do a 2-day program that literally gets you in the thick of it. Hey, listen, if there's any questions that you guys want to ask, make sure wherever it is that you're watching this, you just type it in the comments. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the notifications on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram, Real Life Group. You follow me, Mark Harvey. Follow Steve's journey. Are you on social media, Steve?
Yes. On Facebook.
You're on LinkedIn, right?
And just started LinkedIn now.
I see you had me the other day.
Yeah, I did, yeah. You finally accepted.
Yeah. Follow Steve's journey so you can see that it's real, for yourself. And watch him as he creates his multi-million pound empire for him and his 2 girls. Are you having any more kids?
No.
Yeah, but you know what's cool is growing with the people in the Real Life tribe and helping them achieve financial freedom, and people are quitting their jobs and just living with more excitement and happiness and passion in their life. I think the result has been that, you know, more babies.
Yeah.
More babies are being born. People are getting engaged, people are getting married, people are having children, people are, you know, moving to all different places all over the world, living the dream.
Yes.
It sounds a bit cheesy, but living the dream, that's what people are doing these days.
No, it's brilliant to see that people are actually, you know, fulfilling the dreams, you know, living in the countries that they want, and, you know, having that financial freedom as well, or whatever their outcome is.
I quite like it in England. What about you?
Oh, I love it.
We're like old school country people, me and you.
Yes, yeah. I think when we finally have made it, as it were, we want to buy like a country house, and you know have that land, and you know that log burner in the living room and stuff like that. So
awesome.
So yeah, so that's sort of another end goal for us as well.
So look, just for the record, this is not a building site, so I don't need a hat on. This is just the way we like to decorate our walls. You like it? Yeah? Okay, this is a total new build from scratch. Look, if there's ever going to be experience that you need to overcome challenges, then this is the project for it. Why? Because, oh my goodness, like we have a problem with neighbours wanting to put a stop to the project, telling us we couldn't dig down, we were too close, the house was going to be too close, wanted us to move it that way, so we had to go through all of that. There was something to do with the roots, so we had to have block and beam because there were so many trees that used to be here. We had a tree survey in the beginning, which means we had to leave some of them here as well. So look, actually it looked like we were going to have to, if we were this close to the next door, we're going to have to underpin. But after we actually did some investigation, it's already been underpinned. So it works in our favour. So you've got to have that positive energy and that optimistic outlook. Why? Because look, whatever you're putting out, it's going to come back to you. And this is the thing that people don't get or are not thinking about, or don't pay attention to, that when challenges come up, they just want to go miserable. They want to get unhappy in a low mood level. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
this
definitely.
Is what people do. They want to moan, they want to bitch, they want to complain, they want to blame someone else. Well, if you carry on actually doing that, then you're just going to invite more crap into your life. Yeah, so you've got to stay positive, celebrate even the challenges that come up, not just your wins, and then you know it all turns out good at the end. So, what question you want to know about new build?
Basically, it's numbers. How do you work out? How do you work out how to build one house? Is it cheaper to build 3 houses? Say, does the price come down, or is it just the same price for it all? Or
there's always going to be economies of scale. So when you're talking about 1 house, 3 houses, 10 houses, 50 houses, 100 houses, there's going to be economies of scale, meaning that you can build more and the average price is going to work out less. Whether you're working out, a flip project, new build's going to work the same. So you've got to work out what is the end value of when I've finished this house that I want to build here. What's it going to be worth? Like, what can I sell it for? And then work backwards from there. What profit is going to be in it, what work is going to be undertaken. So obviously working out how much the project is going to cost is going to be a little bit different to HMO conversion or a flip, refurb, anything like that, having an extension. But you can find places who will be able to give you price for things off plan.
So you basically start with the end value and work backwards.
Absolutely, just like always.
Yeah.
Always start with the end in mind. Just like if you're going to do a refinance, if you're going to hold a property, rent it out, but then do a refinance, you need to know what it's going to be worth in the end. You need to know what it's going to be worth in the end, what your refinance is going to give you, so can I pay my investors back, or do I need to set some kind of other agreement to pay people a return on their money? So these are all things that you can get. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's loads of videos on there, but if you want to work it out live and have someone there to help you and guide you, I suggest you come to our 2-day real life property wealth program, where we actually get into doing all of this. And if this is one of your strategies that turns out to be something that you can put the time, effort, energy and the money towards, then you can do that. I mean, we actually did this project, this new building this, and next door, zero of our own money is in this project, absolutely zero. Which is why it was fun getting really creative, dealing with the challenges we had when the development company pulled out and having to get a sales bridge and apply for a new development loan, and everything's going to be all hunky-dory, and we can now see the steps to how we're going to complete this project.
How did you pick your power team for this? Did you just go on word of mouth, social media?
So this wasn't the first project we've done.
Right.
So we probably completed, 12, maybe even 15 projects.
Okay.
With the particular team that's doing this already.
Okay, so how did you find them to start with?
Yeah. It was actually through a joint venture. So we did a flip right back in the beginning with a joint venture partner, and it was her build team.
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay.
but she only does projects here and there, and we liked the way they're operating, and they started to want to work closer with us. So we started doing more work with them and had a nice agreement, and it was part of, at that point, it was part of an expanding team that we're having. Yeah, because we were doing so many projects all at once. Now we've got I think there's 3 active and 1 standby build team.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 3 active ones and 1 standby build team that takes on, if there's a project coming and we really want to do it, we don't want to have to wait for one of the other builders, then we just bring them in.
Yeah. Wow. So how did you? So the first power team was sort of with the joint venture. Well, it was with the joint venture.
Yeah.
The other 2/3 power teams, were they from the recommendations from the first power team, or did you look for them or search for them? Or
so in the beginning, by the way, even though it was through a joint venture, we still did the 3 quote process. Yeah, we probably might have done more at one stage, but we had people quoting, three of them, and this is where we found out, don't make this mistake, by the way, which is we had people quoting on different things. So like somebody would come around and they'd walk around and they'd say, oh hey, yeah, oh, what about if you did this, what about if you did that? And they quote on that, and then someone else comes like, oh, well if you did this over here, and they start quoting on different things, and now we don't even know what the actual spec is, what the specification is. But finally, when we actually pulled our stuff together and was like, okay, let's go with this person. We already had a couple of other builders, 3 or 4 different builders that we've been in communication with. So then when it came to a time where it's like, oh, we need more teams because there's so many different projects that we're doing, then there was one team that we went back to say, hey, look, we're expanding. Do you want to come and quote on this job? But then there was also somebody that had been watching our journey in terms of all the different projects. So this is like the hidden thing. Like people always say, oh, you know, I can't put myself out there, I don't want to show off or anything. Listen, that's how we just started. I didn't realise the big knock-on effect in the beginning of just sharing what it is we're doing on our projects, the challenges that are coming up, would inspire so many people, and then that's how we actually put a program together, Real Life Property World. That's how it came together. It came together because so many people were asking us, can you help us with this, can you help us with that? And we did start to, you know, coach some people and mentor people one-to-one, but then the demand became so great, it was just so much. So my passion being in, you know, coaching and training, which I've done and built several multi-million-pound companies selling products in 63 different countries all over the world, like that was my passion. Like watching people be able to grow personally, watching them be able to earn more money through doing the right thing, not what people think sales is and growing a business is. Yeah, so then it was like, okay, I'm going to use that, channel that into coming up with a program, and just exploded. And now loads of people all over the country are generating thousands of pounds of cash flow, quitting their jobs, living the life of their dreams, and moving towards things that they're more passionate about, rather than just sitting there thinking, hey, I'm just going to keep working my ass off and one day I might be able to retire.
So who came up with the plan of this house? Was it you and Trisha, or did you just go on the architect's drawings, or was it just to sort of mirror the housing that was round here?
Well, yeah, definitely. Obviously, you want to put a house, you want to build a house that you know is going to sell. So we look at like that's how we work out what's the end value anyway, what's the GDV, because we've got to say what's the sold comparables, you know, and then what can we do to maximise the space. I mean, if you just have a look around here, it's beautiful to see it with no plasterboards because you get to see the whole entire first floor, and you see how we maximise it. Like, how can we build a house that have a sizable garden on it, and you know, achieve based on what it's going to cost to build, and based on what we can sell it for, is do the numbers work? It's part of analysing the deal, as you know from the strategy that we teach you. So something like this, is there, do you, other than wanting to get the most profit out of something, is there a standard profit that you look to try and achieve to take out of a flip, a HMO, a new build like this? Well, we don't want to do anything where the worst case scenario is any less than 20k. We wouldn't even consider that. But seeing as all the other projects that we have on, we move that to 50k, which in some cases is a big ask. But we know that we can do it, especially on new build. It's, you know, incredible. So again, like you say, maximising the money, but it's like, what do people look for these days? They're looking for space. They're looking for, you know, kitchen, storage. We're making use of all of this stuff. I mean, we can bring our experience from all the HMOs that we've done, because now I think today we've done about £16 million worth of HMO projects. So all those little tricks and the tips of how to squeeze space and utilize space and all the rest of it, we're bringing that experience into new builds and into flips as well, because people are looking for space. They're looking for things to, you know, what they just don't normally get. A lot of people don't maximize what it is. They just think, yeah, that'll do. So yeah, very important to pay attention to all of that stuff. You know, if I was a kid as well, wanting to grow up in this house, and we got all these little alcoves that I could, you know, hide from my parents from, and then I would love that too.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed that video. Do comment below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of the questions. Do you have any additional questions? Because here's the thing, I want to make sure that we're getting the right content to you, and you can get it on a regular basis, because you just never know when a question or a situation or event or even people come up in your life, or even could probably even be a deal comes up in your life, and you're going to need to know where to turn. So again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on notifications, and listen, if you've enjoyed this, comment, like it. The more you do this, the more people it'll get put out to. I think this mission that we're on is so important. So share this content. People need to know what information, what content, what actionable strategies are going to be more useful for them than, you know, just random things all over the place. So do the right thing for the right reason, because that's the only way you're going to discover your true potential.